Lucas, time for breakfast, I called from the kitchen, stirring the oatmeal with a spoon I barely touched. 5 more minutes, Daddy, Lucas mumbled from the couch, hugging his dinosaur blanket. 5 minutes, I echoed, forcing patience. He was 3, stubborn already. I laughed quietly, thinking how much he had changed my life. 3 years of mornings, tantrums, bedtime stories. I'd never imagined myself here. Yet, seeing him sprawled on the couch made it feel like home. Emily appeared at the doorway, her hair pulled back carelessly, one eyebrow raised. "You're up early," she said, voice soft but amused. "Trying to get Lucas to eat before he eats my patience," I joked. She smiled faintly, but her eyes flicked toward her phone on the counter. She quickly swiped it and looked away. My chest tightened slightly. I pushed the thought down. She had secrets. Everyone did. "I'll handle him after work today," she said, grabbing her bag. "Again?" I asked, trying to hide irritation. "Yeah, something came up at the office," she said, already heading out. She kissed Lucas on the cheek. "Love you, buddy." "Love you too," Lucas chirped, smiling. I watched them, feeling the warmth spread through me. I knew I was more than just a placeholder. I was part of their lives, part of her world. I liked it that way. Later, I met Ryan at the coffee shop. He slid into the seat across from me, his dark eyes serious. "I saw you at the park yesterday," he said. "You looked obsessed, man." "Obsessed?" I asked, sipping my coffee. "You're raising Lucas like he's your own kid," Ryan said bluntly. "You're blind to a lot with Emily." I frowned. "Ryan, come on. You don't know her like I do." "I know you," he said, leaning in. "And you're going to get burned if you keep ignoring the signs. The secrecy, the sudden calls, the disappearing acts. Something isn't right." I shook my head. "She loves Lucas. She's complicated, sure. But I trust her. That's all that matters." Ryan exhaled sharply. "Trust? You're trusting someone who hides half her life from you. Just be careful, okay?" I nodded, but a flicker of doubt lingered. Ryan was usually right. Usually. That night, after tucking Lucas in, I sat on the couch, replaying the day. Emily had been acting oddly again, texting constantly, whispering into her phone. I caught a glimpse once. Her eyes widened, then she locked the screen. I told myself it was nothing, yet my stomach twisted. A soft chime rang on my laptop. An email. "From an unknown sender. You think you know him? You don't. Lucas isn't what you think." I froze. My hand hovered over the mouse. What does that mean?" I muttered. I stared at the message, rereading it 5 times. The room felt colder, emptier. My mind raced, imagining possibilities. Emily had secrets, yes, but this suggested something bigger, something personal. My chest tightened. I wanted to call her, demand answers, but fear held me back. Lucas's laughter from his room broke the spell. I went in, trying to force calm. "Daddy, will you read me the story?" he asked, eyes wide. "Of course," I said, smiling. My hand ruffled his hair, the scent of his shampoo filling my senses. For a moment, I could forget the email, forget the doubt. But only for a moment. "Daddy?" he asked, looking up. "Yes, buddy?" "Are you really my daddy?" I froze. The question hit like a punch I didn't see coming. "Of course I am," I said quickly, but my voice wavered. He smiled and leaned into me. "Good. I love you." I swallowed hard, my heart aching. I loved him too. I couldn't imagine a life without him. But what if everything I believed was a lie? The next morning, Emily came back early, her face tense. "We need to talk," she said, slipping off her coat. I sat, trying to appear calm. "Okay. What's wrong?" It's nothing you need to worry about," she said quickly. Her eyes darted away, then back. I have things I have to sort out. Personal stuff. Like what? I asked, voice steady but wary. She hesitated. You don't understand yet. I don't understand. Emily, I live with you. I raise Lucas. I'm part of this family, I said, frustration creeping in. Her gaze softened, almost guilty. I know. And I'm sorry. Can we not talk about it tonight, please? I wanted to push, demand the truth, but something held me back. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was love. I nodded. Okay, I said, though the knot in my stomach didn't loosen. Later, Ryan called. His voice was sharp. Did you read that email? Yes, I admitted, and now I can't stop thinking about it. You need to know, man. Secrets like that don't stay buried. You can't raise him blindly forever. I know, I said quietly, staring at Lucas asleep in his crib. I know, Ryan sighed. Just don't let it destroy you. Be smart. Be ready. I hung up, the weight pressing down. I sat in silence for a long time, listening to the soft hum of the city outside. I had a life I thought I knew. I had love, family, purpose. But one message, one word, had shaken it all. I didn't know what tomorrow would bring, or who I could trust anymore. Lucas stirred in his sleep, murmuring softly. I watched him, my heart torn between fear and devotion. I whispered, Whatever happens, I've got you, buddy. I promise. And for the first time in years, I wondered if promises were fragile things, or illusions we held on to because we were too scared to let go. I couldn't breathe. Not really. My hands shook as I stared at the open folder Ryan had slid across the table. This can't be right, I whispered. Ryan's eyes were steady, cold even. I wish it weren't true, he said. But the DNA test doesn't lie. Lucas, he's your brother. No. My voice cracked. That's impossible. I've raised him. Emily, she couldn't. Man, she hid something from you, something huge. Ryan leaned back, arms crossed. You need to process it. Slowly. I shook my head. Slowly? Ryan, he's 3. I've been calling him my son, playing dad, loving him like my kid. I know. Ryan's tone softened. That's what makes this worse. I ran my hands through my hair. Why hide this? Why lie? My voice rose, then fell to a trembling whisper. I trusted her. She's complicated, Ryan said cautiously. Maybe she didn't know how to tell you. Maybe she didn't even know herself at first, but she lied. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at anything. Everything around me blurred. So, everything we've done, everything I thought I was building, it's all a lie? Not Lucas, Ryan said firmly. He's real, but your role? That's twisted now. I felt rage bubbling beneath the surface. Twisted? You call this twisted? I slammed my fists against the table. I've given him love, care, time. I've been his father in every sense that matters. Ryan didn't flinch. I know. But Emily, she manipulated that love. She kept secrets. You have to accept that. I couldn't. I wanted to scream at him, at the world, at Emily herself. I'm going to confront her, I said, voice tight. I need answers. Now. Ryan frowned. Careful, man. This isn't a fight you can win with yelling. I ignored him. My mind was already racing through every conversation, every hug, every bedtime story. Every moment I'd cherished suddenly felt tainted. I drove to Emily's apartment. The city streets blurred past, but I didn't care. I stormed in, tossing my keys onto the counter. Emily! I called, heart hammering. She appeared from the bedroom, a towel around her shoulders. Why are you home early? You need to explain something, I shouted. Now! Emily's eyes widened. Calm down. What are you talking about? I shoved the folder toward her. This. Lucas isn't. He's not what you said he was. Emily's face went pale. She grabbed the folder, scanning it, then dropped it like it burned her hands. I didn't mean for you to find out this way. Not mean for me to find out? Emily, this changes everything. How could you keep this from me? From Lucas? I was afraid. I didn't want to lose you, she said, voice trembling. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought you'd hate me. I laughed bitterly. Hate you? Emily, I feel like my entire life has been a lie. I raised my brother as my son. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry. I really am. I never wanted to hurt you. I cut her off. Just what? You lied. You manipulated me. Do you even understand what you've done? I understand now. Please let me explain. No, I shouted. I don't want explanations. I want the truth, all of it, and I want it now. Lucas's soft footsteps came from the bedroom. Daddy? He asked, rubbing his eyes. What's wrong? I froze. My heart ached seeing him. Nothing, buddy. Go back to bed, I said, my voice shaky. But Daddy. Go now, I said, softer this time. He hesitated, then ran back. I closed my eyes, feeling a mix of anger and guilt. Emily reached for my hand. I pulled it away. Don't. I need space. You lied to me. You lied to him. I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm still the woman you love, she said, desperate. I made a mistake. Love, I laughed through clenched teeth. Love doesn't keep secrets like this. Love doesn't make me raise my brother thinking he's my son. Her tears fell freely now. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Turned away, gripping the back of a chair. My mind raced. Sleep had abandoned me. My stomach churned. Everything felt wrong. Ryan was right, I muttered under my breath. I should have listened. Emily's sobs hit me like knives. Please. I'll make it right. Just tell me what to do. You can't, I said. You can't fix this. It's too late. She stepped closer. I can't lose you, not like this. You already lost me, I said flatly. The person I loved, she's gone. All that's left is betrayal. I stormed out before she could respond. Outside, the cold air bit at my skin. I walked aimlessly, replaying the folder in my mind. Lucas, my brother, Emily. My mind felt shattered. Ryan called. I answered immediately. It's worse than I thought, I said. I told you, Ryan said gently. You need a plan. Don't let this destroy you. I don't know if I can even see him the same way, I admitted. Every hug, every bedtime story, it was a lie. No, Ryan said firmly. The love was real. You can still be there for him. But for Emily, that's a different story. I feel trapped, angry, guilty. I don't even know who I am anymore, I said, voice trembling. You're the guy who loves his family. That hasn't changed, Ryan said. You just have to decide what to do next. I stared at the pavement, rain, beginning to fall. My world had shattered, and yet, I had to figure out how to pick up the pieces without crushing the one person who was still innocent. Lucas. Tomorrow, I said quietly, more to myself than Ryan. I'll see him. But I don't know how. I don't know if I can. Ryan stayed silent for a moment. You will. You have to. But first, don't let this eat you alive. I hung up, staring at the city lights blurred by rain. Betrayal, anger, confusion, they all mingled into a storm inside me. I had no answers, no comfort, only questions. And the hardest question of all, how could I forgive a woman who had stolen my reality and changed my life forever?
I couldn't stop thinking about Emily. Every lie, every hidden phone, every whispered excuse it, all came back, sharp and burning. I had to do something. I couldn't just sit and stew. "Brian," I said, pacing his tiny apartment, "I'm done being the fool. I need to take control." Ryan raised an eyebrow, arms crossed. "Control? Careful, man. Revenge is a slow burn. Don't get burned yourself." "I'm not talking about violence," I said, shaking my head. "I'm talking about exposing her to everyone who needs to know. Friends, family, her ex, everyone. Your conscience will thank you if you do it right," he said. "Don't stoop lower than she did." "I won't," I said, though a strange thrill ran through me. I just want her to feel what it's like to lose the trust she took for granted. We started small. I texted her closest friends, casually, almost innocently, asking about Lucas's early years. "Did she ever mention anything unusual?" I asked, pretending I was just curious. Their responses were cautious, confused, but not dismissive. I smiled grimly. It was working. Later that day, Emily called. "Right. Why are you asking my friends about me?" she demanded, voice sharp. "I'm just making conversation," I said lightly, keeping my tone calm. "You don't need to worry." "You've changed," she accused. "You're cold, distant." "I've been thinking," I said, "about honesty, trust, family, the usual." "You're twisting this," she snapped. "I never lied to hurt you." "Maybe not intentionally," I said, "but you did, and now you're paying for it, socially, emotionally, the way I've had to suffer." Voice cracked. "Please, don't do this publicly." I chuckled softly. "Too late. Everyone knows now." The next morning, I met Lucas at the park. He ran toward me, arms wide. "Daddy!" he shouted. "Hey, buddy," I said, kneeling to hug him. Smelled of grass and innocence, and my chest tightened. He had no idea that I knew he was my brother, that Emily had lied. I stroked his hair gently. "Ready for some swings?" "Yeah." He squealed, and I pushed him higher, higher, feeling the wind whip past us. After the park, I met Emily's mother at a cafe. I hadn't spoken to her directly since the revelation. "Mrs. Clark," I began cautiously, "we need to talk about Lucas." She looked up, concern etched on her face. "Oh, sweetie, what happened?" I exhaled. "Emily hasn't been honest with you, or with me. Lucas, he isn't who you think he is." Her eyes widened. What do you mean?" Emily hid the truth. "Lucas is, well, he's biologically my brother. She never told anyone. I found out recently, and I had to make sure you knew the truth before anything else happened." She shook her head, disbelief mingled with horror. I can't believe this." "I know," I said softly. "It's a lot, but I need you to understand I'm still committed to him. He's innocent in all of this. My role now is to protect him. That hasn't changed." Her hands trembled. "I trusted her. I trusted both of you." "You can still trust Lucas," I said, "not Emily, but him, always." That night, Emily called again, voice quivering. "Why are you telling everyone? What are you trying to do?" "I'm trying to restore balance," I said evenly. "You created chaos. I'm just responding." "You're cruel," she said, tears slipping down. "You're hurting me." "Not as much as you've hurt me," I replied. "Not as much as the lies you told, the family you manipulated." I hung up, my hands shaking. Ryan leaned against the doorway. "You okay?" "I will be," I said, though my chest ached. I'm tired of feeling powerless." "You're not powerless," Ryan said. "But remember, don't let anger drive you completely. Keep your moral edge. Protect Lucas first." I nodded. "I will. He's the only reason I haven't gone completely off the rails." The next day, I went to Lucas's pediatrician for a routine checkup. Dr. Simmons was a practical, calm man, always observing more than he said. "Everything looks fine," he said, checking the charts. "I'm worried about him," I admitted, voice low. "Emotionally, with everything that's happened, is he okay?" "He's resilient," Dr. Simmons said. "At this age, children often adapt faster than adults, but keep providing stability, honesty, and love. He'll feel safe. I nodded, my throat tight. Thank you. That means a lot. After the appointment, I texted Emily, "You're done hiding. I'm watching. Every move you make. This ends soon." Heck. Her reply came seconds later. "Please, don't destroy everything. Can't handle it." I smiled grimly. Too late. Emily's facade began cracking almost immediately. Friends who had ignored subtle hints started asking questions. Her ex called, furious. "Why didn't you tell me?" he demanded. She started. "You lied." "That's all," he snapped. "I don't care why. Just leave him alone." Every confrontation I orchestrated, carefully, morally, socially, brought me a mix of satisfaction and guilt. Satisfaction, because karma was finally in motion. Guilt, because I had become part of the game. Was it manipulation if she had manipulated first? I asked myself that constantly. One evening, Lucas tugged at my sleeve. "Daddy, why is Mommy sad?" Froze. The question cut through me. She's having a hard time, buddy. But don't worry about that. We're okay. You're okay. But I want her happy, he said, voice small. "I know, buddy," I whispered, pulling him close. "I know, but sometimes people have to face consequences. That's life." He nodded slowly, his little forehead pressed against mine. I felt a pang of guilt, but also clarity. Protecting him was my purpose now. Nothing else mattered. Emily called that night, voice trembling. I can't do this anymore. You're destroying me." "Maybe," I said softly, "but it's what you made me do. You chose lies over honesty. You chose secrecy over love. I was scared," she cried, "and you hurt the people who loved you most," I said, "including me, including Lucas. That choice is yours to live with." I hung up and sat in silence, Lucas asleep in his bed. Dr. Simmons' words echoing in my mind. Children adapt faster than adults. I had adapted to. I had taken the first steps down a path I never wanted to walk, but it was necessary. Emily's facade was crumbling, her manipulation exposed, her regrets meaningless to me now. I looked at my phone, Ryan's last text. "Stay. Smart. Protect him first. You're doing the right thing." I stared at it, feeling a mixture of triumph and unease. Revenge was messy, morally gray. But seeing Emily falter, knowing she could no longer control the narrative, gave me a sense of balance, a sense of justice. And Lucas, my brother, my responsibility, my anchor. I held him close, whispering softly, "We'll be okay, buddy. I promise. I've got you." For the first time since the revelation, I felt a strange peace, not happiness, not relief, but clarity. The game had begun, and I was finally in control. Emily called again, her voice fragile. "Please, can we talk?" I exhaled slowly. "We can, but on one condition. This ends with honesty. No more lies, Emily." I've been trying to understand myself," she whispered. "I know. I hurt you. I hurt Lucas. I'm sorry. I know," I said calmly. "Sorry isn't enough. Actions speak louder than words. I'll do anything to fix it," she pleaded. "You can't fix the past," I said, firm but not cruel. "You can only accept the consequences and move forward. It's all you can control now." Her silence spoke louder than words. I could hear her shaking, the weight of guilt pressing down on her. I understand," she finally said. "Good." I replied, "Because I have to draw a line, Emily. For Lucas. For myself. You need to stay out of our lives unless it's constructive. He deserves peace." "I'll respect that," she whispered, almost relieved. I hung up, a strange mixture of relief and emptiness settling in. For the first time in weeks, I felt in control, not of her, but of myself. Ryan called. "So how did it go?" "Better than I expected," I admitted. "She's broken but aware. She can't manipulate anymore. I've set the boundaries." "Good," Ryan said. "Now it's about rebuilding your life, protecting Lucas, and keeping your moral compass intact." "I know," I said, staring out the window. Strange. I feel stronger, but also exhausted. The anger, the revenge, it took everything out of me. That's growth, man, Ryan said. You survived betrayal, exposed lies, and didn't lose yourself. That counts for something. I nodded. I think I finally understand what love really means, not blind trust. Not control, responsibility. Protecting someone you care about no matter what, even if the world is against you. That night, Lucas crawled into my lap, tired but smiling. Daddy, are we okay? We are, buddy, I said, holding him close. Everything's going to be okay now, I promise. But Mommy, he asked innocently. She's learning to be honest, I said gently. Sometimes grown-ups have to face consequences too. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be happy, safe, and loved. And I'm here for that. He nodded, resting his head against me. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, I whispered. His little hands gripped mine, and I felt a sense of purpose unlike anything before. He wasn't just a child. He was my brother, my family, my responsibility. And I would protect him no matter what. The next morning, I met Emily briefly at a coffee shop to finalize boundaries. She sat across from me, tense but quiet. I want you to know I regret everything, she said softly. I know, I said. Regret is yours to bear. I'm moving forward, Lucas and I. We have a new life to build. That's what matters. Lips trembled. I understand. I'll stay away unless it's helpful. That's all I ask, I said, feeling a weight lift from my chest. Later I called Ryan, I think. I think I'm finally seeing a path forward, I said. That's good to hear, he said. You've changed. Stronger, wiser. You've fought your battles without losing your soul. That's rare, I smiled faintly. It feels rare. I've learned that betrayal doesn't just hurt, teaches. It forces you to grow, to protect, to value what truly matters. And what matters, Ryan asked. Lucas, I said immediately. His well-being, his innocence, my responsibility. That's the only measure of success now. Over the next weeks, I spent more time with him than ever. Reading bedtime stories, teaching him simple games, watching him laugh without fear. Every giggle was a reminder that life, even after betrayal, could still hold joy. One evening, as Lucas drifted off to sleep in my arms, I whispered, We're okay now. I've got you, little brother. Always. The room was silent, except for his soft breathing. I felt the enormity of what had changed. Betrayal had come, chaos had followed. But love, careful, protective, honest love had endured. I thought of Emily, of her regret, and felt no malice. Not anymore. Her lessons were hers to bear. My role wasn't to punish further, it was to protect, nurture, and build something real. I texted Ryan, Life goes on. Lessons learned. Peace is possible. He replied, Good. Keep building. You're doing the right thing. I watched Lucas sleep. His small chest rising and falling. Tomorrow would bring its own challenges, but for now, there was calm. There was hope. There was a bond stronger than secrets, stronger than lies. And as I held him close, I realized life doesn't always give second chances to people who deserve them. But it does give opportunities to those willing to rise, to forgive in their own way, and to protect the ones who truly matter. I kissed his forehead softly. We'll face everything together, buddy. No secrets, no lies, just us. And in that quiet moment, I knew it was the beginning, not just of a new day, but of a new life for both of us.